And those are the words of James Toney as he refers to Deontay Wilder's career. And this is what he also had to say. Quote, he said, the guys he fought, I would have knocked out in 2 or 3 rounds too. They built him up right, but when it was time to come through, he failed. He wasn't ready. It's sad seeing what happened to him, but it is what it is. Deontay was a one-trick pony. James Toney via Fight Hub. And let me counterpunch. I think what James Toney said is right. Me counterpunching the statement that he had. You know, they did build him up right. I mean, what people don't understand, Wilder probably had some of the best prep fights and tune-up fights that money could buy. He probably had the best prep, than I've ever seen as far as how you carry, how you structure, and how you build a fighter. Wilder probably had the best because he had a gang of fights. And by the time he was 29-0 with 29 knockouts and 30-0 with 30 knockouts, and that's around the time I started really paying attention to Deontay Wilder. It was like, well, okay, what's this guy's deal? Why is his knockouts the way they are? What is this dude about? Where's that power? So you want to witness, you want to see what the holdup is. Like, what's the deal? What's the deal with this guy? And unfortunately, but when it was time to come through, he failed. Okay. Now, I would disagree with that to a point. One trick pony, anyone that's seen Wilder should have knew that. And the problem was the person that he fought is still guarded as one of the best heavyweights, and his name is Tyson Fury. And so when Tyson fought him in 2018, this guy, Tyson Fury, became the best fighter until he got beat, right, last year. Because people still ranked Tyson Fury over everyone else, including Usyk, until Usyk beat him, correct? Okay, so at this point, at what point should you call Deontay Wilder a hype job or someone that's not really that good if he didn't beat a guy that was considered the best guy? See, understand, one of Tyson Fury's best wins is Deontay Wilder. It's Vladimir, then it's Wilder. It's no one really else. White, maybe? You see what I mean? That was a champion. It was Wilder. Now, the sad truth about Wilder was the same team that built him up was the same team that set him up for failure. That's the sad part. Because they would not allow him. I don't even think it was the competition. I think what that was is those guys refusing to allow Wilder to do the things necessary to become better than what he was. That is an example of a spoiled fighter. And he was so spoiled, built on the ego that he developed, built on the fighters they put in front of him, built on how good he thought that he really was. Now, I don't know if he's lost confidence mentally, but I can tell you he was used and has used psychedelic drugs. So we don't know what those drugs have done to Wilder, honestly. Have it affected him mentally to affect him physically? We don't really know. All we know is about Deontay Wilder is the fights that he should have had or the training that he should have been allowed to have. Mark Breland wanted from Wilder. They wouldn't want Mark Breland to train him. It was the stupidest sabotage ever based on what you felt someone shouldn't need versus what they actually needed. Wilder probably could have been a better fighter than we've ever thought him to be. It was just the fact that the management wouldn't allow the trainer to train him the right way, which is idiotic. It makes no sense. That's the sad part, because what Wilder reverts to each time, oh, the right hands, and he throws caution to the wind. You know, he's not alone. We've just seen AJ do the same shit. So you can't get too pissed at Deontay Wilder when we have other fighters that are Olympic gold medalists doing the same shit. Just throwing a punch and elbow down. No, look, no guard. Just throwing a shot. Throwing caution to the wind. That's what Wilder did against Zhang. That's what Joshua did against Dubois. So, look, we can't talk too much about these guys and their flaws because everyone has them. Okay, so, you know, it goes for what it is. And I do feel bad for Wilder, but the same people that carried him is the same people that set him up for failure as well. Because he could have been a lot better had he been allowed to be trained properly and taken the fighters more seriously and his training more seriously. So he could have done a better job, you know. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of James Toney stating that he would have knocked out all of Deontay Wilder's opponents. He's a one-trick pony. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.